Hi, this is Joe Castellano. Welcome to the San Francisco 49ers Extra Podcast on thesportsvirus.com, featuring former 49ers quarterback Steve Bono. Well, Steve, the 49ers dropped one of the Saints, and when you look at the numbers in this game, man, it just looks like the Niners should have won. I mean, they held the Saints to a season low of 237 total yards, only 123 net passing yards. No Drew Brees in the second half. You have a 10-0 lead early. You would think that's a game you can win, but when you turn it over 4 times and you don't take advantage of having that early lead and everything, then things can fall apart, and that's what happened to the 49ers in New Orleans.
Yeah, they did. And boy, if you were so right about looking at the numbers, if you didn't look at the score and just looked at the stats, like, oh, Niners for sure won, but maybe not because they turned the ball over 4 times. Man, they started exactly like they wanted to. Really, the difference was 4 turnovers, and it didn't really have much of a running game. That was a tough one. Yeah. That was just really, really tough one.
No doubt. I mean, I think the 49ers win. Yeah, the 49ers win this game if they had a running attack that they normally would have. Yeah, but I mean, they rushed it. They rushed it 25 times for 49 yards. So that's 2 yards a carry. No explosive rushes. That I think Jerick McKinnon is just not as explosive as he used to be. I mean, or is it his style? Is it his physicality, or is it his style? I'm not sure.
I'm actually going to say it's a little bit of both. I mean, there were a few times where he made. I think it was him that made some nice cutbacks and a couple good runs early on, but yeah, there must be an explosion that's not, an explosion. I mean, that's just not there, unfortunately. 2 ACL injuries to a running back, that's usually a disaster. The running game. It's killing us. Even though I thought the offensive line blocked pretty well.
Yeah, I don't see the explosiveness, and I think that's a big key for the Niners going forward. So there were other good performances though on the offensive side. I mean, especially when you think about Jordan Reed and Brandon Ayuk.
Jordan Reed, yeah, Brandon Ayuk is I mean, he's a player, but he needs. He needs Kittle. He needs Debo. He needs Raheem. Carry the load. Help him carry the load.
Yeah, he can't do it all for a rookie too. Yeah,
Jordan Reed. Really, really nice to see Jordan Reed make some play. Not that he didn't make plays. What little we've seen of him, he's always making a play. And boy, caught the ball well yesterday. Took some hits. Ran with it. I mean, that was really nice to see.
Here's another thing too. When you talk about Mullens, he is telegraphing a little bit. I mean, you look at Malcolm Jenkins on that interception. He just read his eyes. He was able to come up with that pick. But again, that's not an easy thing to avoid as a quarterback. How do you do that, Steve? How do you avoid telegraphing passes? As you gain experience in the NFL.
I think I'll answer by saying that, in watching him now for a few weeks, he's not being coached that well. He's not decisive, even on some balls that may have been caught. There's a little hitch in there. I just think in general, there's just a little bit of indecision that makes him a little bit late and is getting him in trouble.
Mullens went out because I think he had the wind knocked out of him, so it almost was like you had a pinch hitter come in C.J. Beathard, and he had a receiver in Richie James, but he underthrew him.
I honestly think they made that change just to put Beathard in there to be able to throw it further.
Yeah, it was almost like they brought in a home run hitter off the bench.
It was totally, Yeah, and I actually, when he brought him in, I thought he was bringing him in for the rest of the game, which I was kind of hoping to see.
You know, another turning point in the game was, and it turned out that it was an injury for Drew Brees, was the Kentavious Street roughing the passer, which, you know, I know that Brees, yeah, I thought it was a terrible call. I mean, I know Brees ended up, by the way, and I don't know if you saw this, he ended up with, he has 5 fractured ribs and a collapsed lung now. I don't know if you heard about that.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, I feel bad for him, but if you're Street, what else are you supposed to do? I mean, you hit him. I know you're a big guy and you're pancaking him, but you're not even pancaking him.
Didn't.
Yeah, you're not even pancaking him fully. You're kind of like half pancaking him. Yet they're calling roughing the passer.
That was horrible call.
Another positive player on the defense was Kinlaw, the rookie, Javon Kinlaw. He had 1.5 sacks. That was his first career sack, and he seemed to be playing a lot better.
Played well, and I can tell this kid's going to be really good. You know, once he figures out the kind of the speed of the game and techniques to play in this game. So it was fun to see him. Defense was good. I mean, I thought they were getting home. They didn't have to blitz. They were able to get home with 4 guys, and I thought defense. I mean, hell, you hold the Saints to, you know, 27 points, but that was 14 of those are on special teams.
Yeah.
Maybe 17.
All right, so the 49ers, now you get a bye, and then you've got 4 of your final 6 games going against the Bills, Cardinals, Rams, and Seahawks, who have a combined record of 25-12. So we've talked about the schedule, being tough. It's really tough. Now, but you're going to start to see a trickle effect of players trickling back in for the 49ers. I mean, it looks like Richard Sherman, Deebo Samuel, Raheem Mostert, Tevin Coleman, those players could be coming back soon, maybe even against the Rams.
Hopefully. Lord knows we need them. And we're going to have to suck it up and figure out a way to win. Get some of these guys back and see what we can do.
We don't. You know what I think, too? You know, we're talking about players coming back and during the bye week. The most important thing for the 49ers is to make sure they keep more players off the COVID list. I saw that Eric Armstead went on that. Hopefully he's okay before they get back for the next game. Yeah, they just keep people off the COVID list, and then you'll be all right.
God, that's the last thing they need now. Holy mackerel, an outbreak like that.
Yeah, well, we get next week off, and then we'll be back at it again and talk about that Rams game. So everybody enjoy the bye week, and then hopefully the 49ers will be more healthy. That's former 49ers quarterback Steve Bono. Join us again in a couple of weeks. After the bye, we'll be back with another edition of 49ers Extra. For now, I'm Joe Castellano. Thanks for listening on thesportsvirus.com.